In this video, I'm going to share a scary encounter that The Undertaker had with a Stalker fan who showed up at his home. Now, this story was shared on the 6 Feet Under podcast, and it's actually ironic that he's told this story on the podcast, considering that this is a podcast in which he has numerously talked about how he doesn't like to do it. And it's not the fact that he doesn't like doing interviews or he's being broadcasted, but it all comes down to two different things. One of which, he spent decades protecting the Undertaker gimmick, character, persona, if you will. And now that we have got to see more Mark Calloway, well, it's an interesting dynamic for him to be able to openly talk. But keep in mind that for years now, the Undertaker has obviously shown up in public. He's gone to UFC events or NASCAR events or PBR or whatever the case may be, football events. So we've seen him out and about. The other reason that the Undertaker doesn't like doing podcasts is because he doesn't like to necessarily pull back the curtain. The only problem is this idea of, well, we can't expose the business, or this goes a little too far. The business has never been more exposed. I mean, if you even just watch WWE television, they literally take you through Gorilla. You see Paul Triple H Levesque, you see Bruce Pritchard, you see all the producers around monitors, and calling the show. They literally walk you through Gorilla. You couldn't get more behind the curtain if they tried. They've never released more behind the scene footage than they do now. They are consistently and constantly filming material behind the scenes. So you have to kind of know that, hey, we're in 2025. This is no longer Vince McMahon's company. This is no longer the McMahon's company. This is TKO's company, and Triple H is running the ship, and they've never been more hot, aside from obviously the Attitude Era or the Golden Era back in the 80s. But let's get back to today's video, because the Undertaker told the story, and when I heard it, I knew I instantly had to discuss it. So while speaking on his 6 Feet Under podcast, the Undertaker revealed his frustration about an unexpected visitor after speaking at his church a few months ago. This is what he had to say. It's crazy that people have the audacity. I spoke at my church. It's been a few months now, and then the very next day, someone showed up at my house. It was not good. They advised me or advertised me at the men's night, and I gave a speech, talked about the pastor and everything like that. Then someone took it upon themselves to show up at my home. The Undertaker said that the person saw a different side of him and didn't react well. He made it clear to the person that he was lucky that his children weren't home. And before I get into that, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe button for more wrestling content. That greatly helps out the channel. Now back to the rest of the video. So this is what he had to say to this person. You see a different side of me, and he didn't react well. I don't know what I did, but man, I was about to go, yeah, he was there. I had to reiterate many times, you don't understand how lucky you are today that my children are in school, because the whole conversation we're having right now would go completely different way if my kids were here. And it disturbs my peace. It really does. My place is not easy to get to. And that's the thing. My property is very hard to access. Yet this dude was in my driveway. Man, I wanted to put my dogs on him, end quote. Now, the Undertaker's experience shows even the most famous of people need their own privacy and space. Now, this is a fine line between a fan and a stalker, and the Undertaker's story shows how crossing that line can affect both the fan and the celebrity. Therefore, we certainly hope that the Undertaker never has to face this type of incident yet again. Now, keep in mind that the Undertaker, he mentioned his dogs, big NRA fan, okay? And so, you know the guy's packing, right? You know he's got an arsenal down there. I still think obviously he lives in Texas. I think it's Austin that he still resides in, or Houston, around those neck of the woods. But just keep in mind that there is a problem within wrestling. There is a problem within celebrity realms, worlds, if you will. And it is this. When you see a celebrity, an athlete, someone famous out in public, just be cordial. You don't have to be weird. I get why you would want to take a picture to document the moment. I get that. I have seen a few famous people out in public. I saw Kenny Chesney at a Crackle Barrel, and we said hi, and he was very nice. We literally walked by and we go, hey, Kenny. Then I saw a NASCAR personality coming out of a Texas Roadhouse. I said hi. He said hi, and he went on his way. I saw Jim Ross at a Oklahoma Sooners game. I said, "Hey JR." He said, "Hey, how you doing?" I said, "Great. Keep up the good work." And we kept moving on. It was not awkward. I didn't take time out of his day. I wasn't inconveniencing him, anything like that. Even though these people are celebrities, even though these people are famous, they're human beings at the end of the day. JR was trying to get to where he was going. The NASCAR personality was just trying to go get some food, right? Kenny was just trying to eat some Cracker Barrel. Who doesn't like Cracker Barrel? So you have to keep that in mind when you see these people out in public. If they're in the middle of a conversation, if they're eating, especially if they're with their family, just stay away, right? All you got to do is just be cordial about it. There is a issue with airports, right? There's two different problems. Number one, if you're a celebrity, the paparazzi, those people are weird. Okay, them waiting just to get photos and not getting out of their way. Like I understand, like a TMZ, if you're walking along and go, "Hey, can I have a quick interview?" If the person says yes, then do it. And if the person says no, then respect that. But those weird people that walk in front of celebrities and the celebrities have to like inch their way through paparazzi because they're taking legitimately 1,000 pictures just because they need to get one good picture, you're weird. Okay, you're just weird. I get that it's a job, but it's a weird mentality, right? Um, I think with pro wrestling, and we've dealt with this numerous times. Asuka has dealt with this, where it's like people are waiting for wrestlers to arrive at the airport or get off their plane just so they can give them legitimately 15 different things to sign. Yeah, you're weird. I understand you can profit off of it on eBay, but brother, this is America. Like, there's a lot of ways to make money in this country. Go and find a different one. It's just weird. Um, the stalking of wrestlers, waiting on them, that's weird, right? Like, I understand you want to see a celebrity, get that. You want to meet a celebrity, totally understand that. But like, when things are a little weird. And I understand some people, they don't, and whether it's mental illness or whatever the case may be, I feel sorry for them, and I hope they get the help that they need. Those who do not have mental illness, uh, you're weird. You just are. You're just very, very weird. Um, I wouldn't do that. I don't think most people would do that. So we'll see. We'll see if The Undertaker has another encounter like this. Um, I know when they did the documentary on Peacock and WWE Network years ago about The Undertaker's retirement, they showed his property and it's massive. It's in the middle of nowhere. Um, I would also be shocked if I was the Undertaker to see like some dude just roll up in your driveway and it's like, bro, how did you get there? Right? Like, what are we doing? What are we doing? So we'll see how it all shakes out. But yeah, don't mess with the Undertaker. That would be my best bet to you.